All right, welcome back. This is Inland Northwest Native News. I'm your host, Jeff Ferguson, and thanks again for joining us. This is just a quick update. We've got another 10 episodes at least coming out this year. I've got a ton of content from last year that I'm still working on editing. This year, we're taking a kind of a different approach. I'll be doing updates here and there. I'm definitely going to be shooting out at Jelliamsh again. I'll be covering the salmon ceremony up at Kettle Falls. We've got some new and exciting events that are coming up. The first episode will be featuring a anti-drug walk out on the Spokane Indian Reservation that Stephen Ford Jr. put together. I've also got some content that'll be shot out at the Salish conference out at Northern Quest this week. So that'll be in there. And I'll be mixing in some of the stories and interviews that I shot over the past couple months. Some of the things that we're looking forward to this year. For one, we're building out our studio. We just got some of the drywall up in the background. We're going to be working on our set. We will be taking in people here to do interviews. We'll be shooting all of the episodes in here. And another thing is we're going to be getting content from the high school out at Welpinit. They're going to give us an update what's happening on their res. And we'd also like to invite you, if you have any Native students or actually anybody out there that wants to cover some stories and you got something that people in Indian country and Inland Northwest would like to see, give us a shout out. Be sure to email us or just message us. However you want to get a hold of us, just reach out. Send us some of your content. We'd love to highlight some of the things you guys got going on out there. So wanted to be sure to include that. But we're going to be having the high school kids out at Welpinit shooting some stories for us. I know they're working on the first one right now, so I can't wait to see what else they have to tell us. And we'll have be having content coming in from other reservations all throughout the Inland Northwest. So with that being said, I got an interview right now with Stephen Ford Jr. about the upcoming anti-drug walk that he's doing out at Welpinit this weekend. So be sure to check that out if you get a chance. Stick around. This is just a quick update. Thanks again for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe.
My walks is March 13th of 2020. It's going to be called Destroy the Drug, Not Our People.
You see a lot of changes. So you're graduating this year.
Yeah.
So from the time you got into high school, how have drugs affected maybe you or your family or your friends or the people around you? What did you notice from like 8th grade on to now?
8th grade, probably things were worse back then, but as long like things are getting better, like kids like here at school, like when I was a freshman there was kids even just doing drugs in the bathroom, stuff like that, but things are a lot better than they were back then.
So there's hope.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's real important. How do you think your fellow classmates feel about what you're doing?
I think they're pretty stoked about it. Things I tell them about it, like tell them about like other tribes that are gonna be walking with us, like same day, same time, stuff like that.
Yeah, you heard from other tribes already?
Yeah, about 15.
Oh yeah, what tribes?
A lot. I can't name them all, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just Northwest tribes. But there's other tribes, like, even like Oklahoma, like over there, people are talking about it. There was some guy that was trying to fly me out there to go talk to their tribe, to have them walk the same day and everything.
So is this something you'd like to see as an annual event?
Yeah. I have a lot of people, or I had a couple high school kids that messaged me and saying that they would want to do something like this with me, and even just bringing like alcohol into it too, to combine it together. Because alcohol is a big thing going on.
What would you say to other Native youth that'd be interested in doing something like this?
Just do what makes your tribe better, or helps out your tribe. I don't know, I just hope this inspires just a lot of people to do a lot more things to help their tribe.
If you had your way, what would you do to get rid of drugs on the res?
Exclude people off the res.
Some tribes are disenrolling people.
Yeah, that too.
That too?
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been thinking about doing this?
Well, my mom, I was probably a sophomore high school, and she was asking me what I was going to do. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, you need to go do something big, like that's going to impact something. And I was like, yeah. But then this year came up, and I was just going to do something simple. It was just going to be a simple walk just here. But then my mom was like, why don't we just do it nationwide, like all across Native country? And so I ended up doing that.
Where are you walking from?
From this high school down to the power grounds.
Do you know how many people are going to come out? Do you think?
About 500.
Wow, it's quite a few.
Yeah.
What scares you the most about doing this?
Hoping everything falls into place. Yeah. How things are planned.
It's funny when we look at what people do and what they don't do, and then the people that they choose to get behind. I think a lot of people are inspired when they see young people do stuff.
Yeah.
I said earlier I'm a cynic,
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'm kind of skeptical, especially about this generation, millennials. I'm like, God, all you guys do is sit around and text each other or something.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, though, Standing Rock.
Yeah.
That was started by about half a dozen kids that were sitting around texting each other, tweeting, and then they just kind of snowballed and were able to get some good traction. But I have a tendency to think that this generation doesn't pay as good attention to things as I think they should be. But I am so wrong. I always meet youth that have their eye on the ball and are trying to do things like restore salmon and restore culture and fight drugs and all these different things. And I think that's great. I don't think it's great that I feel that way.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be honest about how I feel when I go in, that's a lot of times how I feel. So it makes a lot for me when I come out to do these kind of stories, that it's important. And I think that any chance we get, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, if we can get out behind the youth, people will listen to youth before they listen to old guys.
Yeah.
Old guys are old dogs, no new tricks. So we need the new dogs with the new tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So what would you like somebody that might see this on the internet, what would you like them to know?
I'm just a senior at Wellpinner High School that lives on the Spokane Res, trying to make a difference around Native country.
Yeah. Was that important?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have some speakers coming out?
Yeah. I got Mike Wynn probably going to be talking, because he had recently had a kid that passed of drugs. And I have Blaine Constant, which is his program's called Bloodline, and he's going to be coming out. He's a contracted speaker, and he's coming out to speak. And he was on meth, and now he's clean and sober. And now he's just talking around Native country.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Coming out to Destroy the Drug, Not Our People walk on the Spokane Indian Reservation on March 13th, 2020. If you can't do it on our reservation, you can do it on yours. We can make a difference in Indian country. Inland Northwest Native News. Like and subscribe. Right. Okay. God, what was this? What was the other one? Alright. Come in and join me on Destroy the Drug, Not Our People walk on alright, what'd you say again? Dang it. Come in God, I can't even talk now.